Alright, this your favorite nephew cousin, right? Back with another Sunday school message, right? Yesterday and then the day before that, which is Friday, I dropped basically two messages before I get into today's message. Um, I dropped two messages, yeah, more life lessons and then more parables, right? One of those messages dropped off jumped off the shelf. I ain't worried about that. But I'm saying that because it's like it's crazy how this YouTube space works. I was just thinking that I was actually doing the video, but I had to redo it. But I got the water. We gonna get into it. We got the water. Got the snail on standby, but we gonna jump right into it before I lose my train of thought. I was noticing with those videos, like how this algorithm be working for me sometimes. It be one of those things where it's like kind of like a revolving door, but I don't really trip. And what I mean by that is like some messages that I think are gonna, really jump off the shelves and really do numbers don't, and then some of them that I was like, okay, cool, that was cool, you know, could have did better. Everybody loves it, or when I just have no purpose, or just actually, or no expectations of it, it does numbers as well. So I think that's why I was like never really pressed about it. I used to be, trying to tell people to hit the like button so my junk can get shares, but it's just like the serious thing about it is every so often and randomly it just does numbers, and that's just how it works. So I said that to say that you just never know. But on seriousness, my message today is really gonna be like this. It's the Sunday school message, and it's gonna be like this: life still goes on when you don't get your way, right? Life still goes on when you don't get your way. A lot of people, be stuck in a strut, or a lot of people be feeling like they really stressed out or just can't get over that hump, and it's mainly because it's not going their way. Um, they shutting themselves out from the progress. They shutting themselves up for the accountability and reality of where they at in real life. It's one of those things that's not gonna go your way, but you have to keep moving on. Life gonna keep moving on, and then some people get left behind. I can talk about it. Some people get left behind, feel like they falling off, or just out of the loop, or feel like God blessing everybody but them. And what's crazy is you can't think of it like that, and I'm gonna tell you why. Hold on, give me a second. You can't think like that because you'll end up missing it. That's true. I'm talking about true words. Oh yeah, I do got the snail on me, Snuck it in here in Sunday school, right? But yeah, you can't always get your way, and then the moment you still relying on that or whatever, you gonna miss it. Seriously, you'll miss it, and you won't even know it, and then you'll look back and like, dang, I missed this now. Ooh, what was I doing? Mad you ain't getting your way. Mad at God, mad at the ecosystem, mad at the universe. When you just really just had to move on. That was really it. You had to move on. You had to chalk it up as, hey, maybe this ain't my time right now. Maybe this ain't my season. Maybe this is a season of growth. Maybe this is a season for answers, right? We won't be liking to hear that. That will be dodging accountability and reality. That's what the big thing is. But life still gonna go on, even if you don't get your way. Life is still gonna mosey on when you feel like you losing, when you feel like this ain't it. But the one thing that you shouldn't do, and I be telling y'all this, is to give up completely. Now I can see, you having a rough day with it. I look at it like this. See, I can tell this story. Matter of fact, I'm gonna tell this story right quick. Give me a second. Right. So basically, the other day, I was pretty much working on some music because I usually drop every month, right? So I was working on some music. Talking about working on it just, a little bit. But it's this one song, and I still haven't got it. But I promise you, it brought into fruition four different songs that I was enjoying. because I just didn't put it down completely. Like it's just one song, it's a nice little beat. I just can't get the flow of it, can't get the words of it that I'm trying to go. It's just whatever it is. It's like I don't know if I need to speed the beat up or slow the beat down. I just don't know. Right, I'm being honest, I don't know. But it was one of those things where I started this what I want to say last week. Last Tuesday trying to get it, just couldn't get it. Picked it up Wednesday, couldn't get it. Took a break from it and then picked it up Thursday and Friday, couldn't get it. Friday I couldn't get it, and I was like, you know what, we just gonna come back to it. Let me try to do something else. End up doing 4 different songs and loved them. Some of them was little simple verses and some of them was just full blown freestyles, and I was having fun with them. I'm talking about complete fun with them, but I didn't give up because it wasn't going my way. But you tried, but I didn't give up entirely. That's what I be telling y'all, right? Just you gotta find a way. They be saying there's more than one way to skin a cat. It's like, it's crazy. That project, that like the little song that I was working on, probably never make it out because I can't get it. But it bring into other, it brought other songs to life, other creations to life. It challenged me like that, like because with music, it's always been. Ever since I took music serious, it always been just quick. It would be like a few here and there that I kind of struggle with, but this one was one of them. And I was just like, man, it wasn't even I was sad or mad. It was just like, man, it's been a minute. So it wasn't going my way, and then I chalked it up as, what, I'll come back to it. But that's how y'all really gotta have. You gotta have that mindset. If it's not going your way, figure out another way or just let it go. That'd be really your two options. We hang on and stuff, and it's just like I know as a nation we hang on and stuff seriously, but I'm sneaking this in the Sunday school, so bear with me. Lately, I have been smoking in almost every video. I will say that. I can't even dodge it on this one, but seriously, everything ain't gonna go your way. And another thing I want to say, what I learned with stuff with your passion, it's gonna be times where you gonna be like, man, this ain't it. This ain't cool. This ain't it. I'm just going to the next one. I'm gonna do something else. That's great as well, but don't forget to come back to it. I think a lot of times we just put stuff in that little forget about a drawer and don't come back to it. I would say check on it in about a week or two or even a month, and still if you feel like you can't do it, that's okay. Cool. I guarantee you'll find some more inspiration. I guarantee the next time you'll find some, right? You'll find something. You'll find it, the inspiration. Uh, what is that? Oh, yeah, but you'll find the inspiration. You'll find the moment to strike. The light bulb will go off somewhere. I had plenty of projects like that, whether it was music, dealing with clothing, dealing with just trying to get better at life, goals I had. It's like I could tell y'all this because we in Sunday school, right? It's just it just what I know for sure. Things take time. Things take time. The doubt ain't gonna always be there. Believe it or not. And I can say that. The doubt ain't gonna always be there. It ain't gonna always be bad. And then you're gonna have to deal with that. And a lot of people ain't gonna be ready for that. Because it ain't gonna always be bad. And then you're gonna be just surviving in the good, and you're not gonna really be having fun. And you ain't gonna know what it is because you ain't depressed, nothing ain't going wrong. But you're gonna be waiting on everything to go wrong. You're gonna be, you know what I'm saying? That's what it is. It's that right there. You know, I remember it used to be times I used to just be out, and then that depression it hit. Like, why are we? But that's just what it was. And then some people can't shake that. Some people can't get past that. And that's a real thing. Cause you'll just be out just having fun. And then you'll realize, you be like, dang, it's tough. Yeah. And it would just hit you. I don't I don't experienced, I don't seen it, and then I seen it hit other people too. Like, some people call it their social battery. Sometimes it be the social battery, but sometimes it be you could just tell it be deeper than that. Like, dang, I almost cursed. Thank God for catching me. You be like, dang, yeah, that boy must have got that phone call or something, or looked at them balances. You know what I'm saying? Like you just know, you done seen it. You be like, oh, yeah. And you just be like, you, they have to sit there and then what that boy said tomorrow came. Yeah. You can't worry about what they say either, cause I'm gonna tell you one thing, niggas gonna talk. We just go ahead and cut it, cause we know everybody say nigga. So just, niggas gonna talk, whether it's in front of you, by you, about you, all that. Niggas gonna talk, and you just have to honestly figure out what's going on with you. Cause if you know they gonna talk, you can't let it get to you. You gotta move on. You gotta keep pressing on, especially when things ain't going your way. Cause that's when God wants you to just really lock in. And I can't say that's so easy, cause it's not. Everybody be like the word, the word, the word, but life be on you, right? I'm talking about stuff really be going on, and you just gonna have to press on, cause it ain't going your way. Right? You gotta press on, and then even thank God for it at a time. And I know that's crazy for some folks because I know they like, nigga, what? Cause you gotta chalk it up as it could have been way worse. You couldn't have got out of it. That could have been your last mistake or whatever it was. That could have been it. You know what I'm saying? That could have really just been your last one, and you out of here. And you ain't even have time to be mad. That's what's gonna hurt niggas right there. You ain't even have to be mad. You just, matter of fact, you gotta just sit there for eternity. Like, dang, I wish I would have did it. Ooh, that's probably how it is. We don't know that, and I think that's what scares y'all. That's why y'all be mad that stuff don't be going y'all way. And I can't say that I'm perfect because I don't want to be telling y'all how I be mad. I just be like, ah, dang, But life gonna continue to move on. You gotta. I ain't gonna say shake that. It's just you gotta. A lot of times you gotta play it straight, and then life gonna keep working. Right? It don't even be a loss. It just be a lesson, and then that's when you know you on another level, and then they be like, yeah, 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 listen. And then there's some of the veterans back there, that I ain't talking to, right? They be thinking, yeah, duh, that's life. But it's like, hey, it was a time where it be times that you ain't that simple, so let everybody else get it, and then they kind of just go on to what they doing, cause we in Sunday school, right? So we tell them, that it's 13 minutes, 37 seconds. Yeah, we gotta life still gonna be there when it don't be your way. You know that, right? I think that's it for that.